welcome back to another episode of the Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm perfect. How are you?
Oh, just swell.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I am waiting on a haircut.
Yeah.
So I am currently Mike, a.k.a. Bobby Valentino Kelly, with my haircut. So
Bobby Valentino. So who's this Italian guy that you're...
Bobby Valentino is a made-up name for the individual that has his haircut, and that would be me. So he has his own personality. So that's who it is. I am Bobby Valentino when my hair is this long. It's a person I just assume.
There you go.
Yeah. So otherwise, I have some facts of the day per usual.
What is it about, though? Just give us a little taste of what we're talking about here.
It's another organ.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, everybody, thank you very much for joining. This is episode 99 of the Buffalo Happy Hour. Next week is the 100. And we got some stuff planned for you. So if you're excited about that and you want to find your way back when that 100 episode goes live, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is free to do, and it's right down below. Also, if you want to follow our social media accounts, we are at the Buffalo Happy Hour 12 and at the Buffalo Happy Hour on Instagram and Facebook, respectively, as well as Buffalo Happy Hour on TikTok. We had an interesting episode last week, and those funny points are 100% going to be on that TikTok. So if you're interested in following us on our journey through there, please make sure you consider giving us a follow. Michael, why are we doing organs? Why are we doing body parts in general?
I don't understand what initially led to it. Probably the heat. But we're here. We're doing it live, and we got a comment on YouTube asking if we could do facts on an organ, and they named one specifically. So here we are.
So for everybody that wants to know, we are not an educational podcast by any stretch of the means. We are not smart enough for any of this, but we will entertain everybody. So, Mr. Mike Filipski, thank you very much for your suggestion. If any of you want to suggest a body part for us to do research on and basically just talk random facts about, leave us a body part in the comment below. So, Michael, what do you have on this body part today?
So there's 3 facts. The first one is it means all flesh in Greek.
Did you say the name of it yet?
No.
Nailed it.
Everything's fine with my light. My light's just living its own life.
It's okay.
So it means all flesh in Greek. It started around the year 300 BC. It has a ned. I just combined 2 words.
Nailed it.
It has a head, a neck, a body, and a tail, respectively.
It sounds really awkward.
Yeah. Also, it can taste sugar, which blew my brain. It has taste receptor cells that let it sense the presence of sugar, and it can also taste artificial sweeteners as well. The organ...
Hold on. If you think you know what it is, put it down in the comments below. I don't think anyone can guess. I wouldn't know. Did you have any idea about these facts before you...
0%.
Okay. Do you even know what this organ does?
No, not really.
Okay, perfect.
But I can break it down.
Okay.
Because I have the Googles and Oogles.
Sure. So what is the organ?
The organ is the pancreas.
Jesus.
So those are some fun facts on the pancreas. So the pancreas...
Can you live without a pancreas?
You can.
Okay.
That is actually the first fact that was listed. The only other interesting fact was that RGB beat pancreatic cancer. She was like one of...
Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, RBG.
RBG.
You said RGB, and I thought that was red, green, blue, like the type of lights that we have.
Sorry.
I was super confused.
Yeah, no, I got real excited.
RBG.
RBG.
So Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
yeah.
RIP. She beat pancreatic cancer?
She did. She's one of a handful of people that actually like defy the odds, because generally when you get pancreatic cancer, you're you gone.
Really?
Yeah, you gone. Yeah.
Damn.
So the function is digestion, which that was the extent that I knew.
Okay.
So it makes pancreatic juices called enzymes, and enzymes break down sugars, fats, and starches. Okay, that makes sense. So your pancreas also helps your digestive system by making hormones. That I did not know. Or I just totally forgot since biology in like middle school. These are chemical messengers that travel through your blood. Yeah, hormones. Okay, so it helps in digestion, and then it produces hormones. That's what it does. You can live without one.
Where in the body?
Stomach area.
So how many organs can you technically live without?
See, this is what happens every episode. I get hit with 5 questions, and I have to literally just Google search to help Derek get through the world.
So let's work through this.
Your appendix.
You can live without your appendix.
Yep, your pancreas.
Your pancreas. You can live without a kidney.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, you can technically live without one lung, too, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my aunt did it because she had a collapsed lung because she was a smoker, and she could live without her lung.
Uh-huh.
And I want to say, so appendix, you can live without your spleen, too. I think. I don't know. It just sounds like an organ that we can easily get rid of.
So we're actually counting the wrong way.
Nailed it.
But go ahead.
So there's more organs that you have to live?
No, there's only 5 that you need to live.
That's what I'm saying. So there's only a few that you need to live, and you can basically live without everything else.
Yeah.
So what are the 5 you need to live? The brain?
Yeah.
The heart?
Yep.
Organs. Your stomach? No, you probably don't need that, actually. Your lungs?
I don't think that's considered...
It's a dance party in here
having
now.
a rave.
Yeah.
I don't think the stomach is considered an organ.
Really?
I guess it's not listed.
Well, maybe it's one of the ones that you don't have to live with, or you don't have to live.
So
but your lungs,
the one we're working right now.
the liver.
Mm-hmm.
So brain, heart, lungs, liver, and don't tell me. One kidney.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Look at that, guys. I went to school.
Yep.
That was
There it
pretty
is.
good. I'm kind of impressed with myself.
Okay, so there are some cases where the stump of the appendix might not be fully removed, and this can become inflamed again, causing stumptitis. This is not anything that we're talking about, but I clicked on what organs can you not live without, and it started talking about stumpitis. So apparently now that's a thing, and autumn leaf, relax, you don't have it. So, moving on. The 12 organs you can live without: your spleen,
Okay, so yeah, your spleen.
your stomach. So your
kidney,
stomach is
yeah.
considered it, but you can live without it. Reproductive organs,
Yep.
which that makes sense. Colon, gallbladder, appendix, and kidneys. Gallbladder also makes sense because a lot of people have that removed. What about the thyroid gland? Everybody flips out over weight gain
Yeah.
and loss is heavily impacted by thyroids.
Yeah.
And you can...
Because that regulates a lot of your metabolism and stuff, right? Again, we're not an educational podcast whatsoever. We're relying on Google, which also is not an educational source by any means. So take this with a grain of salt. Don't go ask your doctor if you can have your gallbladder removed. You can have your tonsils removed. Your tonsils are actually considered an organ, too. I had my tonsils removed when I was younger.
Which leads me to a question that I have for you, since you bombard me with questions.
Sounds
But
good.
anyways, the thyroid's a gland, like that's what I said. You have, like that's what I said. You have glands throughout your body where they create and release substances that help your body do a specific thing, which in this case, your thyroid makes hormones that help control many vital functions of your body. So it's the primary source of hormones for your body. Question that I have for you, is there a procedure that you would watch in the medical field being done to you while you're awake?
We're talking... Jesus.
And are there any that you did watch?
Done to myself?
Uh-huh. I mean, a professional was doing the operation, but you watched it with like a handheld mirror. And don't be looking at my drink like I be drinking too much drink.
No, I just didn't know I had 2 tree coasters over there, but we're fine. We're having fun.
Because that one's over there.
Nailed it. I have not watched any procedure being done to me. I was unconscious. I didn't really have that many procedures, knock on wood.
What have they been?
My tonsils removed, which was a horrible experience.
You were out for that, yeah? They put
I had
you
my
under-
tonsils removed, and then when I got home, a stitch broke in my throat, so I was throwing up like blood clots into the toilet. It was the most disgusting part of my life, and my mom had to reach into my mouth and pull out blood clots. This is very graphic. But yeah, that was bad, and I thought I was going to die.
What caused that?
Stitch broke in my throat from when they did the tonsils. So
wonderful.
Yeah, so when they cut my tonsils out, they stitched it back up, but one of them broke, and then it started bleeding profusely in the middle of the night. So I woke up, and I was
Yeah, you
just
almost
throwing up blood. I thought I was dead.
You almost
100%.
died from your own blood.
Yeah.
From choking on your own blood.
Yeah, that would have been great, huh?
Wow. There must have been a voodoo doll somewhere against you.
Yeah, I know, really.
With your Indian-loving classmates or whatever that you people do out there in the woods.
We'll bleep that out.
What do you mean?
Just kidding.
You literally have the what the thing? The post?
I'll let you get through this. What?
Listen, you know what I'm trying to say. It's what Native Americans had, that pole. It's a totem pole, isn't it?
There you go, totem pole.
Yeah. Well, terrifying, first of all, and then it's got like an eagle on the top. And I walked into the school for a football scrimmage, and everyone's like playing King of the Boars before a football game. I'm like, what if your best guy gets hurt? Like, you guys are animals.
Yeah.
And then we got obliterated, by the way. But anyways.
By Iroquois, you did?
Dude, the one fullback was also playing D-end. He went D1. They're just different dudes, man. They're all, something's in the water in
all
Alma,
the corn,
man.
yeah. It's all the corn.
Corn-fed farm boys that just manhandled us. And they're like, go back to your Section 6 school, weaklings. We're just like, sweet. We got destroyed, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, so go ahead. So you had blood clots, your mom saved your life.
Yeah, so that was basically it with my tonsils. Other than that, I haven't had any, like, procedures, I don't think. I don't
Wisdom
remember.
teeth?
Nope.
LASIK? No.
No.
We went over that.
I have 2 wisdom teeth, and both of them are in. My bottom 2 just never
showed up.
came. Yeah, and I don't have them. The dentist took X-rays, and I just don't have bottom wisdom teeth. I still have a baby tooth, actually. They call me special, but
Anyways, never broke a bone.
nope.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what else that would like you didn't get snipped yet.
No.
Otherwise you wouldn't be engaged. Tell you
Right.
that.
I mean, I did get snipped from when I was born, you know.
Oh my god. You're a disaster.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't had anything else. Not that I know. I don't remember anything.
Right.
I didn't have any cavities. I didn't have any root canals.
I've also never had cavities or root canals. Knock on wood. My sister hates that fact.
So, from what the dentist was telling me, is you either go 2 routes with your mouth.
You have like no issues, or you have all the issues?
Well, no, you have issues. It's just you either are more susceptible to gingivitis or cavities. Like, it's a bifurcation there. You can avoid both, obviously, but you're either more susceptible to one or the other. They said that they rarely have somebody come in where, like, it's both. It's weird. I don't know why that's the case either.
Yeah, that's strange.
I don't really have anything sweet, though. Like, I could not tell you the last time I had any sort of pop. It has to be at least 3 years.
Yeah,
I just don't have pop. It's disgusting to me. It
For
makes my teeth feel, like, gritty and just disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yes, we call it pop. We are born and raised in Buffalo and located in Buffalo. So for all you soda lovers, you're wrong. So moving on.
I just don't even get why people like diet pop.
I don't either.
To me, it's just gross. Pop
Yeah.
in general is just kind of gross to me.
I agree.
I agree. Is there a pop or soda that you liked growing up?
Dr. Pepper I liked.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Root beer I had as a kid when my family threw rager parties and I just wanted to fit in and have a beer with everybody. So I had root beer because I was like 9.
Yeah, if you had a root beer float, would you consider that you having pop?
Yes.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I
It's in
haven't
there.
had that either, so
Oh, okay.
just curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I love root beer floats, but I
What
haven't
about
had one in
Pepsi
a
or
couple
Coke?
years.
Pepsi or Coke guy?
I didn't care. I didn't care.
Yeah, I like when people go to restaurants and they're like, Pepsi or Coke? And they're like, we only have Pepsi. Like, never mind. I'm only a Coke person. It's like, oh my God.
Those people are weird.
Get off your high horse.
Right. Yeah. So would you watch a procedure being done on you?
It would depend on the procedure.
Why? Like what?
I don't know. Like if
What's
I
something you
had
wouldn't watch?
them dig into my stomach, chest area.
Really?
Yeah. Why would you want to watch that?
I don't. Well, first of all, I don't even know if you can be alive for it.
True.
Or I'm sorry, like awake, not alive.
Alive, they just-
yeah, you would be alive.
just kill you.
Okay, now we'll operate.
We'll bring them back. Don't worry.
We only have 2 minutes to harvest.
Clear.
So, yeah, well, that's what's kind of upsetting. Yeah, I mean, like the real cool ones that you would be like interested in seeing, you have to be put out for.
Yeah, like open my chest cavity.
Right.
Like, all right, we can't have you like awake for this. How do they know that anesthesia, like you'll wake up from it?
They don't. That's why at a certain point they don't put you under or do the procedure because you won't live to get, like you won't survive the procedure. Like, oh, he would die on the operating table. Like that's like normal verbiage that's used in the field.
This scares me.
Well,
Because
yeah.
we technically, you were saying this a little bit ago, that we technically still don't know why we have to sleep, right? Weren't
Yeah.
you saying that fact?
Yeah.
So it's interesting that we are just like, yeah, just put them under for a little bit. It's like, how do you know what the little bit is?
And it's the same thing for dogs. You can't put certain dogs under because you don't know if they're going to be able to wake up from it.
I don't like that.
Like a certain weight, you can't, because some dogs are only 30 pounds.
So I was awake for some sort of procedure. It wasn't surgery. It was when I got my tonsils removed and I was throwing up blood. They had to have me awake to stick the thing down my throat to clear everything up. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't necessarily surgery.
Did you watch them do it?
Yeah, I had to. I mean, I was awake. They were just sticking it down my throat.
Oh, no. I'm saying...
No, with a mirror? No, I'm not a sociopath.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Before you go, do you guys got like a mirror or something that I could watch you do it?
I've done that.
It's weird.
I've done it for my wisdom teeth.
Oh, well, that's wisdom teeth. I feel like...
Is it, though?
I don't know.
That's not
it's
as
just
weird?
Awkward. No, I don't know why you would do that.
I just want to know. I just want to know what's going on. Because you hear the things, but you don't see it. And then when you see it, and then you hear, like, the drills and, like, the wrench that they use to pull your tooth out, which you wouldn't experience, but anyways, it like backs up the noise so you don't get all weirded out. We're just like, what is going on? Like, why? What is this? What is this? What is this? You can visually see it, and you're instantly put at ease because you're like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
for some people it hurts. Like, I know people that get tattoos done, and I'm the same way with tattoos. I would rather watch him color my tattoo because it's like, oh, okay, I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing. It doesn't hurt. But people can't look at people doing tattoos or like blood work. They can't watch them do it because it makes them like nauseous and lightheaded.
yeah.
I would rather watch them do that or watch him tattoo rather than not. But some people can't.
I can do both. Like, I can watch them insert the needle, or I can look away and it's the same end result. Like, I don't get queasy, but needles freak people out.
Oh, yeah. Do they freak you out or no?
No.
No. All the years of steroids?
That's right. Me and my big nips.
Have you ever even considered it?
Steroids?
Yeah, when you were younger.
No, not really. I think a lot of it was because of the side effects of, like, what could go wrong.
Yeah.
That kind of scared me straight, lack of better terms. Great show, by the way. But I would take steroids, but it's like, where do you even find them?
Right.
And then you're already over it. Like, there's nothing there. I just never had the urge to either. It's not like I had a D1 scout coming to my high school to watch me play, where it's like, hey, if you take some HGH, you might be able to get into this school.
There are some sketchy supplements that you could take that are like not steroids because they're legal to buy, but they're basically steroids. I know a kid that took them in high school, and he got huge. I mean, you get enormous on them, but I also want kids one day.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, will it make you sterile? Will it not? How's your cycle off?
We don't even know if the vaccine will make you sterile or not. We're just throwing stuff out there now.
No one knows anything.
Correct.
Because the biggest difference between us and someone in power is nothing. We're all people, and we're all clueless. It's the same thing as the difference between an adult and a child. There's no difference. You've just been in here for a while.
Right.
You don't know anything. If
True.
you ask any parent right now a question, and I guarantee you they're going to be like, I don't know. Like, what are you asking me that for? Almost always. Because no one knows anything. We're just here to literally make money, spend it on taxes, and die. That's the only three things that we try to do. And then we throw in reproduction because our bodies tell us to do that.
Jim Gaffigan has a funny skit about that where he's walking with his son, and his son's like pointing to a car antenna, and he's like, Dad, look, a stick. And then Jim Gaffigan's like, it's not a stick, it's an antenna. And his son's like, well, what's an antenna? And he's like, a big stick. You got it, buddy. Because nobody knows what or how anything works or what anything is. We're just all dumb.
Correct.
Like, do you know how an antenna works?
I don't know how it communicates with the satellites.
Right.
So, like, I understand its concept
I don't
on
even know
how
how
it works.
phones work, dude.
I know. That was one of the funniest. So, when I got my first phone, I was blown away because I'm like, hold on, this has to go to space and then back down, and now you can read what I just put down on the same screen? And that, like, blew my brains. I don't know. Now I'm going to look up the point of an antenna.
The point of an antenna is to...
Well, I'm sorry. Not the point, but, like...
Right, but, like, how... it increases the range at which the communications can go back and forth. That's why you need bunny ears.
The voltage across the antenna elements and the current through them create the electric and magnetic waves, respectively. At the receiver, the electromagnetic wave passing over the antenna induces a small voltage. Thus, the antenna becomes the signal source for the receiver input. Which leads me to my next point. How do you feel about electromagnetic pulse bombs? Otherwise known as an EMP bomb.
All I know is that they take away my reticle in Call of Duty. That's all I know. So I don't like them very much because then my accuracy goes away.
If an EMP was dropped in New York City, they've done studies on this, we would be like screwed for like a decade.
Oh, 100%.
It's incredibly destructive.
So why aren't foreign powers going that route instead of just like
I wonder if the Geneva Convention prevents the use of an EMP. Because it may do that, but I'm not sure.
It's way over my pay grade, bud.
But everything we say on this show is above our pay grade, Derek.
Yeah, what does the pancreas do?
I know. What is pay grade? So, what bothers me about the Geneva Convention is that we're a nation to sign it, but then we're basically the only nation to follow it.
Mm-hmm. That's how everything is, dude. That's how the summit, the Paris
G2
Climate
Summit?
Accords and everything is.
I know.
Everything is good in, like, written down on paper. Like, it makes sense. Like, the Paris Climate Accords, let's get all these nations together so we can come up with an agreement to reduce climate change. Great. Sounds awesome. Like, let's all abide by it. Nobody abides by it. We're decreasing our consumption, or what we contribute to global warming by like 2.5% a year, which I believe is the 2% is the minimum I think that they agreed to in the Paris Climate Accords. And China and India are increasing what they're putting out to the world, which is significantly worse than what we're decreasing.
And so
it makes zero sense why we're a part of this. Same thing with the Geneva Convention. We're participating into something and we're doing the good job, but you got that kid that was late on the school project that is still getting an A. And it's like, what are you doing?
Right. Doesn't India have like the worst air quality on Earth?
I believe so. Well, I think Chernobyl does, but that's besides the point.
No, yeah, I mean, you basically just can't, like, stand on the grass there or something ridiculous, but...
What do you think about that becoming a tourist attraction?
I think it's ridiculously dumb. I was supposed to go there, and then we bombed Syria, and I had to leave. I'm not kidding.
Seriously?
Megafan was with me in the room, and he's like, hey, bro, turn the news on, bro. I'm like, what are you talking about? True story. We just woke up. That day, we're going to Chernobyl. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because
you're going to Chernobyl for the army or
tourism?
Tourism? Okay, I gotcha.
And I'm like, okay, I'll turn the TV on in our room. So I turn the TV on in our room, and he's sitting in his bed, and he's just looking at me. And I'm like, oh, because then I'm looking at him, and he's got this, like, 80-second airborne smile on his face. And I'm just sitting there, and it goes, U.S. bombs Syria, like bottom headline, and then I'm like, what is going on? And it was basically when we bombed them in response to the Syrian dictator gassing his own people. Yeah. We gave a warning, he didn't do it, so then we sent like 52 Tomahawk missiles overnight and destroyed all these strategic locations and facilities and decimated it as a warning of like, hey, just in case you forgot, we have like 14,000 bombs that we can press at any time. So I look over and I go, oh, we're going to round up the boys and go pack a bag and go to Syria? Like, what does this mean? And then he's like, it means shower beers, bro. So he grabs a beer and starts showering and he blasts metal. And I'm sitting there like, do I tell my family of like, I don't know what this means? Because basically the world's response was, who died?
Right.
Like, did anyone die in this strike? And then come to find out, it was, I don't even know if I can say this, but like there was...
Let's err on the side of caution then.
Yeah, there was a country that was there that was not supposed to be there. That country lost people. So then that country blamed us, and it was kind of a gray area about like, what was your intent? Did you try to kill us, or were you just trying to send a message? And then I'm like, well, where we are in the world isn't the U.S., so how is this going to impact how we do things? Like, how do I eat breakfast now? Because do I have to leave now,
Yeah.
or do I have like an hour and a half?
Shower beers, bro.
We had about 40 minutes, so
Really?
yeah, we got a phone call and they're just like, you need to figure it out, like any way possible, come back. And I'm just like, we're not going to Chernobyl. Like, I grew up playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I want to go see it. You know, I want to see the things floating in the air, even though there's nothing floating in the air. But I was like, that's what I want to be
Yeah.
there. I think it all worked out that way for a reason, because I don't know if I would have a 100% perfect child if I did go to Chernobyl for that amount of time.
Have they even done studies?
Oh, it's horrendous there. They give you scanners and you can like point it at things and it tells you the radiation levels on the object you're like
So is
lasing.
it not airborne?
Huh?
Is it not airborne then?
I don't know what it is. I just know like the
Is
radiation
it like
still there.
asbestos? You can't mess with it or else it becomes airborne? Like,
Probably.
don't take up this tile or else you'll die.
Yeah, probably. So
That's wild.
yes.
There's like Instagram influencers going there and posing next to like
Oh, yeah, dude,
radiated rocks. It's like,
remember-
what are you doing, bro?
Remember they made the whiskey and then it got it got picked up by like their government agency.
No.
They made a Chernobyl whiskey.
Really?
Yeah, they made a whiskey in Chernobyl, and they were gonna sell it, and then the government seized it and said, "This is not a thing.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
you're not doing that."
199 proof. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let me. It was, dude, wild. So
Well, what even would be the tasting notes of that?
death. I don't know. Chernobyl whiskey seized.
Probably similar to Ardbeg.
Probably. So the first Chernobyl-produced alcohol seized by the authorities. This came out May 10th, 2021. It was
Damn.
an apple-based spirit, and it was the first product from the 1986 nuke disaster exclusion zone that was attempted to be sold on the consumer market. And last July, a group of scientists who have been trying to make alcoholic spirits from crops grown within the exclusion zone, which is like the no-no square of Chernobyl, it surrounds Chernobyl's nuke power plant, announced their first big release that could be an 80-proof alcoholic beverage distilled from apples. We have a plan to produce a spirit from apples and maybe pears, the company wrote on its website. And they then made it, and then it got seized by the government. They were going to sell their first run, which was a few hundred bottles in the UK by the end of the year, and then it never got there. The company reported that the secret services of the country had launched an investigation and that their first 1,500 bottles of atomic apple spirit
Oh my god, of course they would call it atomic apple.
has been seized by the city prosecutors. According to the BBC, the shipment was taken from a distillery in the Carpathian Mountains, which I snowboarded. Well, I fell with grace in those mountains. I had a snowboard on my feet, but I'd barely used it because those are steep, and I am not good. So yeah, there was. The whole thing was seized. Not a yeah, they were gonna further support the community with 75% of any profits, and it didn't happen. So
Wow.
yeah, so real story. So then yeah, so after that, we packed our bags, got on a train, went back, and then they're like, hey, if things go super south, run to Poland and get arrested. That's the plan.
Really?
Yep, that was the plan. So we're like, well, all right, or we can stay and fight because that's what we like live for, and die in a pile of brass to Valhalla, like let me be a Viking. And they're like, no, that's not. We're not going to
Not
start
hard to win that.
an international incident because Uncle Donnie's just sending a message overnight. We're like, all right, fine, no fun. So, but yeah, true
That's
story.
wild, man.
Yep, true story.
I kind of want to try that whiskey now. Would you try it? If we had it, would you try it?
No,
No?
no,
Not even like a sip?
no.
I wonder if the distillation
like-
processes get rid of radiation.
How do they test it? Did they use lab rats and then just see if like testicles exploded?
Their insides just...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
Well, the whiskey then would have been tested on more animals than the vaccine anyway. So, yeah, I would try it if we had it. I think would be interesting.
Perfect. So if you are interested in the organ discussion moving forward, drop a comment on this video, and then we'll make a list of the organs that you want fun facts on, and then we'll just continue this gravy train of nonsense because for some odd reason people keep listening to us, so thank you.
So if we don't get a recommendation, next week we should do the liver because it's kind of what we're destroying right now.
Yeah, do you want to talk about cirrhosis?
Yeah, I'm dumb. The whiskey's actually good for your heart. Did you know that?
Yeah, so are cigars.
That's wild.
I know.
You wouldn't think that.
Everything in moderation, brother.
I don't know about everything.
What do you mean?
Hot dogs in moderation. There's nothing nutritious about a hot dog.
I mean, there's also nothing nutritious about drinking kerosene, so I guess you're right.
Correct.
Not everything in moderation.
In moderation. Everything in moderation, guys. Go drink kerosene.
Be a good person.
Just kidding. Yeah, don't let her. We're out. Yeah, I mean, everything's good in moderation, like, except for mellow corn. That's also not good in moderation either.
You don't think? Why not? Because it's a
good.
byproduct of the real product?
No, because it was 78.5% on there. It's not good.
Well, you know, that's what happens.
Or Stillhouse mint. We should have still tried that mint.
No, we're not doing that.
So what did you do this past week? Now that we're... Oh, shit. Sorry, Sean.
There it is.
30 minutes in. Fine. That was funny that he did the range the one time. So yeah, what did you do the last week?
What did I do last week? I literally have to look at the calendar because I don't remember.
I went golfing. Got to warm up for this Briar Brothers Open. I'm going again on Sunday morning.
We have to go. We got couples massages.
Ooh, how was that?
Okay. First of all, I have health insurance because I have a full-time job. I don't use Obamacare. Get a real job. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways.
Jesus, we're going political today, huh?
If you want health insurance at 25, get a real job. So we book a couples massage. We were trying to go to a certain spa, and they were booked out until like the end of September. I'm like, I don't have time for that. My back hurts. So we book a different one. Wake up, dude. So we book a different spa, go there, and they're labeled like salon spa. They basically do everything. So I was like, okay. Walk in. They're like, hey guys, are you so-and-so? And we're just like, yeah. And they're like, okay, perfect. You know where you're going? We're like, yeah, we're going upstairs because that's where everything is. So we go upstairs. The massage therapists link up with us almost immediately. And they're just like, all right, we're ready. Like, you know, go on back. And I was like, okay. And then they're like, hey, my name is so-and-so. My name is so-and-so. I have Mike. I have Colleen. And we're just like, okay, no problem. So go back to the room. No mask the whole time. She's like, okay, like, I'm going to wait outside. Like, get down to your underwear and then we'll be good. And I was like, all right, sounds good. So then I get into this massage bed and it's wrapped in like 9,000 thread count sheets. They were so soft. The bed was warm because it's on. Like the massage table is heated.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, it's not like, 93 outside, but that's fine. So get in, cover myself, and I was just laying there in ranger panties surrounded in these like silk sheets, and I almost immediately fell asleep.
Were you and Colleen in the same room?
Yeah, we faced each other.
Nice. That's cute.
And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. But it's like two rooms with a shared wall, and the wall's not there. It's just like one giant room. So before like she leaves, she goes like, hey, is there anything you want me to focus on? And I'm like, my life. Like, just if you find something, get rid of it. She's like, all right, sounds good. But it was an hour-long deep tissue massage. So
that's why you look good today.
Well, Derek. So she comes back and she's like, all right, sounds good. I'm going to start with you face up, and then I'll work on your traps, your neck, and then through your scapula and your lower traps and then upper lats. And I was
Face
like, all right,
up?
perfect. Yeah. So I'm face up on my back, and she gets behind me and she reaches underneath. So she like lotion or
Yeah.
it's like lotion or lube or whatever the hell it is. So
Jeez, I don't know what this type of massage.
just call me Robert Kraft.
Deshaun Watson's tuned in right now. What's up, bud?
Yeah. Thanks for joining. So
Make sure you subscribe.
So she lotions up and then reaches underneath, and then she's basically holding my scapula, my shoulder blade, in her hand, and then reaches inside where my spine is, not out, like reaches in, and then drags her fingers up and then feels all the trigger points, because that's where a majority of people hold stress, is in between the shoulder blades and then up in your traps. So she goes up and then she's like, oh, like immediately there was a giant knot, and I was like, just, this is going to suck. Like, there's no, every trigger point's miserable. You just got to breathe through it and then be good to go. Again, no mask the entire time. There's a reason why I'm saying that. So, goes through the whole massage. It was unbelievable. She split me into sections. So she did upper back and traps initially, stretched out my neck, worked worked all the way up into like your sleep center, which is like the center back of your head.
Yeah.
Worked all that out, opened up my sinus cavity. I was like, oh, Jesus, like I could breathe. Then she did my arms.
All with a massage?
All in the massage, yep. Did my entire arm and my delt. Then she did my entire upper leg. So she did the top of my leg, my shins, and then my foot, and then she worked on my plantar fascia more than any massage therapist ever. Most like almost do like a shiatsu type massage technique where they just kind of like pull the stress out of your body, but she's like, it's a deep tissue, totally different technique. I'm literally going to work the muscles and then loosen you up. So she took her thumbs, and I'm just laying there like trying not to die. And I'm just giving her a thumbs up. And
because it hurt so bad?
Oh, my God. So when I'm in pain, I, like, giggle. So I'm just giggling on my back, and I'm giving her 2 thumbs up, like, don't stop. Like, this is all I can muster right now because, like, it's so painful. It was literally, like, just being broken in half. Like, somebody was just pushing their fingers through your foot and, like, stabbing you. But she was just massaging my plantar fascia in through my heel and then up through the balls of my feet. And I'm like, that hasn't been done in like easily 2 years. Because it's called reflexology. You can do it yourself with a golf ball, lacrosse ball, tennis ball. You work your way from soft to really firm. Mm-hmm. So generally people sit there with a tennis ball and then just roll their arches out on the tennis ball while they're watching TV, sitting on the couch. And then they just work all that tension and stress. And basically like there's nothing flexible at all that you can really do for your foot that like people do all the time.
Right.
So you work it out with a tennis ball. Once a tennis ball doesn't do anything, you go to something harder. So most guys go to, or people go to a lacrosse ball, then they go down to a golf ball. And the golf ball is obviously just like ridiculous and it's super painful. You're just like biting a towel, but it works all that out. So then she does all of that. Dude, she worked my hands, like the whole works. Then she flipped me over and then did the whole thing again of like back of my legs, Achilles, all the way up. And then she worked my entire back, and I was like, this is insane. But then we just had to drink a ton of water because we were like exhausted and beat up. Yeah. But that's, the point of a good massage. So after that massage, there was like 2-3 days in between, and then the chiropractor, which I go to the chiropractor like once a month. But when I go to the chiropractic office, I'm there for maybe 15 minutes. I get adjusted, I leave, right? So as soon as I walk in, I have to wear a mask, and then I have to wear a mask the entire time I'm in the chiropractor. So how does it make sense that I have to wear a mask at a chiropractor for 15 minutes, but at 1 hour deep tissue massage, nothing?
It has to be business owner discretion at that point, right?
I don't think so.
Like
I think
there's no regulations that differentiate a chiropractic office from a massage.
I think so. I think a chiropractic office is labeled healthcare, and massage salon spa is not.
Oh, okay.
So they fall under different guidelines, but I'm like, what? How does that make any sense?
Right.
Like, it doesn't. This is dumb. Like, just take them off.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever. Like, I understand the whole if you're vaccinated, not vaccinated, or if you're in a hospital. Like, if you're in a hospital, you should wear a mask. Like,
regardless.
Yeah, seriously.
Hospitals
I was like, that.
Good. People
that
think hospitals are clean, dude. Hospitals are the dirtiest places in the world.
Yeah, I mean, they're not. Most hospitals don't even care about what filters they use.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
Okay. Taxation.
Taxation. Yeah. Flashbangs for everyone.
So was it better having your, like, the chiropractic visit or the massage? What helped you more?
Dude, if you're out of whack, then a massage is great for like breaking up trigger points and blood flow and circulation throughout your body, and then getting some pointers on like where you're holding stress, how you can kind of enhance things. But you're like a chiropractor literally gets you back into alignment. If you're out of alignment, it's going to cause a lot of other issues that a massage is just kind of like, it's half of the pie. They're both 50-50.
I just don't want somebody to like grab my neck and like, all right, hold on a second. Oh, right there. Okay, breathe. Well, and just like snap it. Like that's not. I don't want to do that.
There's two. From what I understand, there's two sides of the coin. You can slide things into place or crack them into place. Depending on where it is on your body and the chiropractic doctor that's doing it, they can use discretion on how they want to do it. But from what I understand, there's different techniques on cracking or sliding things back into place, just like massage, where there's different techniques. There's like hot stones, shiatsu, deep tissue, reflexology, like all these crazy things.
Was one of your legs longer than the other?
At the chiropractor?
Yeah.
It was in high school.
Yeah.
Because my hips were out. But yeah, I mean, dude, that changed my life. Like if I did not go to the chiropractor and I did not get a massage, I would not have gotten through football. I don't know how people did that didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
Like it's just huge for recovery. Huge.
It stresses me out. Huge.
But yeah, and then I'm sure people are going to ask, like, Mike doesn't know anything about his own organs, but he knows about techniques of massage.
I mean, that's true.
My dad is a massage therapist, so I had to listen to him for the last, like, 12 years talking about all this.
Masseuse?
No. He's a massage therapist. Do not say masseuse.
I know, that gets you fired up. That's why I had to say it.
Yeah, well, and I still see it all the time on social media, and I just don't want to correct people. It's just annoying.
What's the difference?
A massage therapist is a massage therapist. A masseuse is a male WH word.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
Is that true?
yes, by definition, yeah. So it's not good.
I got to go to the Oogles for that.
Go ahead.
I'll go on incognito mode, don't worry.
I'll look
See
it up right
what's
now.
What is a masseuse?
It's probably going to give you the wrong definition because
Masseuse,
it's
a woman who provides massage professionally.
yeah, no, that's not right. Not right.
Masseuse is actually a French word that refers to a female who practices massage. Males in the industry were known as masseurs. However, due to certain unsavory connotations with the term, as well as the need for more gender-neutral terminology, massage therapist is preferred. So, massage therapist is, put the pinky down, you're drinking water.
LMT, bro.
Oh my God.
LMT.
What's that mean?
Licensed massage therapist. That's the initials after their name. So if you see that, that's what that means. Mm-hmm. And the pinky's gonna stay up, baby. PTL. Praise the Lord. Did you ever break a finger? You didn't, right?
No, dude, I haven't broken anything.
Has ever dislocate a finger?
Yeah, with you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what that means. Oh my God.
Oh, you know what that means, darling. No, when I flipped over my bike, I dislocated my thumb.
that's right.
Remember
That's
that?
right. That's right.
That's the only thing, though. I haven't broken a toe. I haven't broken anything. I've severely sprained things, like my ankles. My ankles are shot. Like, if you listen closely, you can hear them crack right now.
Yeah.
They're shot.
Can you fix your coaster? Because it's tilted.
No,
and
bro.
it's driving me nuts. I'm actually worried. Thank you.
You're fine. But yeah, my ankles are shot. My ankles and my knees.
Yeah.
Those are the bad ones. But chiropractic or anything can't. The only thing that can help that is death. So as soon as I die, they'll stop hurting.
You should go to the chiropractor with me, drink water the rest of the day, and then go to sleep and let me know how you slept that night.
Why?
Best sleep ever.
Dude, I sleep the best sleep ever every night.
I
don't wake up. My Fitbit, because I wear my Fitbit to sleep, wildly inaccurate, first of all. Or inaccurate, first of all.
well, yeah, it's a Fitbit.
But
Hashtag not a sponsor.
I did research when I first bought this, and Fitbit is the leading technology because that's what they specialize in. And I was at the gym the other day, and you know how like they have the things like if you're on the bike or something that you put your hands on and it reads your heartbeat?
Please tell me that you think the bike at the gym is more accurate than your Fitbit.
No. But I'm just saying the difference between the two was wild.
Probably because the bike at the gym.
70 beats per minute it was off.
Yeah.
How are you going to be off 70 beats per minute?
The gym equipment is not calibrated for anything.
But it was more accurate than my Fitbit was. That's what I'm saying.
No way.
I was on the bike after a long hour-long workout, and I was on the bike going like 85 revolutions per minute or something like that. So not child's play. It was good. And my Fitbit said my heart rate was 69.
What are you, Lance?
That's what I'm saying. There's no way that this Fitbit is accurate. No way. And it's tight on my wrist, too. Like, some people don't put the Fitbit on tight enough or don't put it on right, and it doesn't read correctly because the lasers have to go through your skin to do your blood pressure or heart rate and everything.
You know what you should do is get an Apple Watch with an iPhone, and that would be way more accurate than a Droid getting hacked with SMS messages that we all heard and your Fitbit.
Like I said, Fitbit is more accurate than the Apple Watch because that's what they specialize in.
Clearly it's not.
The Apple Watch...
Why don't you get a Whoop strap, bro? Whoop strap.
I don't do anything that starts with WH, bro. Wuhan. That's actually WU, but anyway.
Yeah, there's a U in the middle.
Yeah, there's a U. But yeah, so my Fitbit was wildly inaccurate. And I'm looking at my watch and I'm like, there's no way. I'm sweating profusely on the bike. And I look at my watch and it's like 69 beats per minute. I'm like, there's no way, dude. I would be dead normally.
Yeah.
There's sometimes that I'll look and I'll be like in my bed and I'll look at my watch and I'll be like 52 beats per minute. I'm like, I'm either dying slowly or this is extremely inaccurate.
Yeah, no kidding. Did we talk about the beds? How you got a new bed and how I got a new bed?
I didn't get a new bed. You did.
Well, you have a newer mattress. It's not like it's 10 years old.
5 years ago.
Dude, I thought it was like a year old.
No, 5 years ago. I bought it when I first bought my house.
Did we talk about it on an episode yet?
No, bro.
My new bed?
No. You got the bougie mattress.
It delivered the 29th of July.
We had some flies in last episode. We didn't have time to talk about important things.
Very true. But yeah, it was the first like adult purchase that we made as a couple. And I was like, this is sweet. Because
I think the house kind of
let's be real, it was my house. She was just along for the ride. Even the real estate agent
just paying rent.
Basically, yeah. I was like, just make me another salad.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was just, the whole thing was wild. Like, we walk in, our mattress was shot, and it was like killing us to consecutively sleep on. If it's like a weekend trip and you're sleeping on the mattress, absolutely no issues at all. But if you're on it every night, it's horrendous. So I'm like, okay, we'll make it work. Made it work. My back was like in excruciating pain. I couldn't recover from anything. So I was like, let's just bite the bullet and move on.
Yeah. You want to drink a little bit or not?
What do I need more?
Did you even take any of that?
I tipped back and nothing showed up. So I tipped it back further even now. So anyways, the mattress came in. We went from a queen to a king.
Hell yeah. You feel like a...
Great call.
Pardon the pun, but you feel like a king now, huh? With that big-ass mattress.
So there was...
Sleep on different islands, bro.
Sliding right over that joke.
Why? It's a good joke.
Anyways.
Didn't you say that it was your jam the other day when we were literally interviewing somebody that makes jam?
Yeah, because if I didn't, you were going to.
You're not wrong.
So, in a mattress store, there's a lot of options. So naturally, you would do the same thing. You do research before you walk into a store so that you're not unintelligent on the topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she offered me a job at the time we were leaving because she was like, you know far too many things about mattresses. So I was like, well, I'm not trying to get screwed. You know, this is a decent investment. Like, I'm not trying to waste my time or yours. So she goes, okay, what are you looking for? And I said, a king for sure. We don't need an adjustable base. Like, I understand the benefits of them, but I don't need an adjustable base. I do want a hybrid bed. I don't want 100% memory foam. Not at all. I want something that has latex in it. And how are the coils here? Do you have mattresses that the coils are individually packed? Or do you have mattresses where it's not an actual coil, like a metal coil?
Yeah.
It's just the material that the mattress is made of? Like, what do you have? And then I said, and do you have a mattress for burn victims? And then Colleen made that same face. She's like, what does that have to do with anything? And I said, I laid on a mattress that was designed for burn victims, and it was the best mattress that I've ever laid on. And I was wondering if they had that here. And the woman goes,
what do they do?
It's just it's a type of density within the mattress where it's like not too soft and it's not too firm, but it's kind of in the middle. And it's because if it's too soft and you sink into it, it aggravates the healing process of your skin trying to heal itself. But it still supports your hips and spine so that when you lay there for an extended period of time, you're not like really sore, and then it prevents bed sores and everything else.
So I have a question for you.
Shoot.
When you walked into this mattress store and you knew that you were going to ask the question on if they have a mattress for a burn victim, were you actually expecting a response, or was it more of a rhetorical question? Because I don't know if they market mattresses like, this is your California King, and this is one if you have severe burns.
So it was a mixture of both. There's two reasons why I asked the question. One was to see if I knew more about the product than this person does, so that I can actually trust. No. Brother,
Can I help you with something, sir? I know more than you.
listen. I've been in sales since I was 15.
You are a riot.
So I already know the game, and I can see the forest through the trees. I'm not going to waste time here. All right. And then the second reason why I asked was because I had a good experience with a burn mattress, and I wanted that because now I'm in the market. So
I can't wait until I'm in the market for a mattress and I can go into somewhere and be like, do you have a mattress for a burn victim? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. We're out of here. I'm done. Can't do this.
Correct. That's what you should do. So she looked at me, and then Colleen goes, what does that have to do with anything? And then I just look at the saleswoman, and she goes, no, he's right. There are specific mattresses for burn victims. And she explained the same thing that I just explained. And then Colleen looked at me like, where did that even occur in your life to ask, like, what? And I was like, don't worry about it.
So you were laying on a mattress, and they told you that this is for a burn victim?
Yeah, they're like, hey, this mattress is specifically designed. It was specifically designed for burn victims. However, the company then found out that their sales skyrocketed in this one specific mattress, and then they basically did a bunch of surveys and studies and found out the reason was it was the perfect blend between soft and stiff, and which by design it was for that to further help the recovery of the skin healing on the body after a burn victim was severely burned. So they found, basically, they stumbled into a mattress that fit a large demographic of customers or consumers that were not burn victims, but it also was specifically designed in mind initially for burn victims.
That's
so
wild.
I asked her and I said, do you have this? And she goes, we don't have a specific mattress for that, but what we do have is something that is basically in the same vein in regards to stiffness and so on and so forth.
Sure.
So we laid on it, and I was like, okay, what other... I don't know the ins and outs of the mattress industry. Like, I just know some things that we should look for so we don't get screwed, and then kind of like what lasts the longest and everything else, so it's a good investment. And she goes, okay, there's different things that exist now. Like, there's the adjustable base. So she obviously has one. We sit in it, lift our feet. She goes through the benefits of sleeping with your feet elevated.
Oh, the thing that it can put you on like an angle type thing?
Basically a hospital bed, yeah.
I gotcha, okay.
So she goes, but it's not like your side can do what you want and then hers can be totally...
Right.
It's like the whole bed. And she goes, but, here are the benefits and so on and so forth. And I said, okay. And it's, it'll reduce lower back pain by 40% if your feet are elevated to a certain degree, like all these other facts. And I was like, that's cool. And she goes, but there's also this. And then she like hits a button and it like vibrates the whole bed and it basically massages you. Like it's a massageable bed. So I was like, that's super bougie. Then she goes, this bed's like 100% latex. You should lay on it. And of course it's like unbelievably comfortable, but it's like $10,000.
Right.
And I was like, okay. So, and she goes, and that's just for the mattress. Like, that's also not including the box spring. And like, I was like, okay, ridiculous. And she goes, but there's also this mattress, which is a cooling mattress, and it literally feels like air conditioning is underneath you blowing up.
That's so sick.
Super cool. And she goes, you can either get the mattress or you can get the cooling topper, which is basically the same thing, but you can go from an additional $3,000 to $300. And I was like, okay. We did end up getting the cooling topper because I'm a boiler when I sleep, especially with the dog and her.
Yep.
So then she goes, how do you guys sleep? Do you sleep on your stomach? Do you sleep on your back? Do you sleep on your sides? And I said, honestly, we're both side sleepers. And she's like, okay. So she grabs a pillow and she's like, lay on this. And I was like, okay. And like pillows are weird. There's like cervical pillows. There's orthopedic. There's like feather, there's foam. I'm like, all these things I didn't really fully understand. I was like, okay, I just figured like this pillow's for someone who has an issue or whatever. And she goes, lay with this pillow, and it's a normal pillow, but then on the bottom half of it, it's like cut out, like a half circle's cut out. And she goes, this is your shoulder crook, so lay on your side and then get into the pillow, and it perfectly supports your neck, but it allows space for your shoulder to jump into the pillow. And I was like, if we're doing this, I have to have this pillow because I always sleep on my side. And Colleen's like, okay, like, go ahead, like, treat yourself to the one thing.
Yeah, she's like, no one's stopping you. Why are you so aggressive?
Correct. And I was like, all right, perfect. So the whole thing showed up. Delivery was included. They took the old bed, recycled it, and then they made car mats out of it, which I didn't know what they did with recycled mattresses. So, of course, I ask.
They make car mats out of old mattresses?
Yeah, they made the car mat carpets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they make that with recycled mattresses and
cool.
box springs. I had no idea.
For your car?
They came with it. So anyways, so we got the new bed. It's been 10, 11 nights with it so far. Mint.
Yeah.
Mint. And the sheets were back ordered. The frame was back ordered. Like the headboard part of the frame. So the rest of the frame is in, but there's no headboard. So we can't do anything with the other part because the headboard falls into...
So you
it's like
wanted
all
a
one
headboard?
supporting. Conley did. I was like, whatever. I don't care. So
Yeah, we don't have a headboard.
but then, you'll run into this once you're married, because then you really can't stand on too many legs anymore, but
She doesn't want a headboard either. So
because the new bed showed up, and because the frame and the headboard are a certain color, we have to get new nightstands, and the nightstands have to match the dresser. So of course we had to get the nightstands like immediately, and I was like, oh brother. And then of course those are on back order for 2 weeks. It's like, we're leaving soon. Like, can you just call me and let me know if these things are in, and I can let you know if I'm even like around. Ridiculous. But yeah, so new bed's in. So new mattress, chiropractor, massage.
You're just floating on cloud 9.
Yeah, and like my body's finally like good. My diet's been clean, so like now I'm starting a whole new workout regimen.
Are you? When did you start it?
I don't know yet. When I can wake up on time.
What is your regimen?
I love to sleep in this bed. What I want to do is kind of like an overall fitness routine where it's not like banging weights, but it's kind of like kind of along the lines of like P90X, but I don't want to get screamed at. Like I did that for 8.5 years. Like, leave me alone. I can just do my push-ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 0, 0, 0. It's like, shut up.
Right.
I did 5.
We do 3 days a week. So Tom and I go every morning or every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday before work, and we do 3 days a week. So I don't know if you saw. Sometimes I wear a hat that says Black Ops Fitness on it.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to say, I don't know if you saw, but I'm huge now.
Yeah, I'm basically ginormous.
But yeah,
now.
you told me that it was a Spec Ops dude that we talked about it.
Yeah. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast, though. So we
didn't?
I don't think so. I think it was.
We got to stop hanging out.
Yeah, I know. Dude, we see each other way too much. But so Tom's cousin's husband was special ops, and he then, after he got out, he started his own gym with, like, he's the personal trainer. He owns the gym and everything like that. So Tom designed all
local?
the logos. No, Delaware. So Tom designed all the logos for him because he's related. And then the guy is now providing us with weekly workout plans. So what we do is we go 3 days a week right now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We do upper body, lower body, full body. So that's our thing. So it's not like clanking weights the whole time. Like, we're doing stuff outside of just weights, like push-ups, pull-ups,
They're called
everything like
calisthenics, Derek.
Yeah, well, we're doing everything. And I've never felt better in my life. I sweat now, probably because LA Fitness turns the heat on at 7 o'clock in the morning every single time. I don't know why they do that. It pisses me off. I'm there at 6:30. I'm fine for the first half hour. Then 7 o'clock comes, I die. Every time.
Well, it's probably because of your workout. It's probably not because of the climate control.
It's at exactly 7 o'clock every time.
Did you go up to a
Either
diffuser?
I'm excruciatingly consistent, which is not the case, but at 7 o'clock on the dot, I just get overwhelmed with heat. And I'm pretty, well, now they're called Esporta Fitness, which I'm not sure what that means or where they're from, but I don't like it. Actually, I do like it because my monthly payment went down $10. But anyway, I do that 3 days a week, and every single workout, I'm drenched at the end. My muscles hurt. I feel great.
I feel great.
And I'm down another 5 pounds. Total, 55 pounds from last February. Nailed it.
Well, good, because I got a fast break in the cooler for you.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, this is considered the heater where we are right now because it's 1,000 degrees in here.
It is really,
Derek
really warm.
Turned on the heat here at 7 o'clock. Just kidding. It was actually 3:30. So anyway, it has been 58 minutes, Michael. Let's wrap this shit up.
Okay, episode 99. If you appreciated this episode and liked our banter back and forth with some random facts sprinkled in so that you could learn a thing or two and or get reminded about a thing or two, please like, comment, subscribe down below. We do appreciate any and all support. We will be back with you for another week, which is the 100th episode. We are working on a few more interviews to keep you guys enthralled on Fridays, which I don't know if enthralled is a word and or the right word.
I mean, I liked it, though. That was a good word. Gerd?
Word is the bird.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, which I didn't say it the right way because I didn't want to get sued. But anyways, appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week. That's all I got. And Derek, take us out.
Yeah. So did you say subscribe? Do all that jazz? All right. Well, everybody, since Mike handled everything else, and we didn't have flies interrupting us today, we are ending on the appropriate time. So everybody, please remember, before we do that, actually, if you're interested in what we drank today, this is Wyoming whiskey. Go back and check out last week's Wednesday whiskey review where we rated this thing, and it got a pretty decent score for coming out of Wyoming. I don't know what good comes out of Wyoming outside of this whiskey and Josh Allen. So other than that, I'm not 100% sure, but that's where we are. So everybody, please remember to drink responsibly, be a good person, and Michael,
do not litter.
We're out.